In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to apply for a super visa using the new IRCC portal. If you kind of want to use the IRCC account, you can check in the description area of this video. I have the old video I made on how to apply for a super visa using the IRCC account. And also in the description area of this video, you're going to find what to look out for in an insurance coverage for super visa applications. And you can also find a link for a referral link that I have with Togo Insurance if you would wish to use that particular insurance coverage for your super visa application. Without wasting time, let's quickly dive in and start this application process. So the first thing you do is you type in on your web browser cic.gc.ca. Then you choose English or French, depending on what works for you. Once you do that, you go all the way down where it says visit, and you click on that. Then go to where it says apply for a visitor visa. And then go to number 5 where it says apply. So because you are applying for a super visa for parents and grandparents, they fall under immediate family members. So you are going to choose that. Once you click on that, you go straight to where it says how to apply for a visitor visa through the IRCC portal, and you click on that. And then here it gives you like a breakdown on the 3 steps to applying and paying with your credit card. Then the next option here, it says sign up and apply. So if you don't have a new account, if you don't have an account rather with the new IRCC portal, I've shown a couple videos on how to do that. What you would do here is you click on this button, follow the prompt, sign up, and then go straight to signing into your account to start this process. So what we're going to do here, because I've shown you guys this, we're going to do what? Sign in. Then here, you're just going to read this. It's more like if you already have an application in process, take the time to read this, click on I understand, and then you will hear from us within 14 to 30 business days, then sign into your account. Once you sign into your account, you're going to accept the terms and the conditions. And then here, you are just going to click on this to start an application. Then it's going to open up, and then you're just going to take your time and read this information right here. Click on I acknowledge, and then start application. So for this super visa application, depending on who you're applying for, if you're applying for a single parent, you are just going to go straight to no and continue. But if you're applying for both parents, you are going to choose group application because it's going to be for 2 people. Then it says here, select the type of group that applies to your situation. I'm just going to click family. Create the name for your group. You can just choose any name. It says it's optional. You can choose what fits you, maybe your last name or whatever you want. Save and continue. Then we are going to start this application process by clicking on this button. But before we do that, the next thing you do is you are going to click on this button where it says add member. So I'm just going to click on this because we're applying for both parents. So add member. So now we have another member. So one is for your dad or your mom, and then the second one is for your mom or your dad, depending on how you who is going to be the principal applicant, right? So because one person is going to be the principal applicant. So remember that we are going to fill both applications up. So you're going to click on this one, start, finish it up, and then come back to the second application, start and finish it up. But we are going to submit both applications as a group application and make a single payment at once rather. Without wasting time, let's quickly jump in. So once you start the application, it's going to ask you application for a visitor visa or study permit. You're going to choose visitor visa or super visa. Then under here, you're going to choose to visit my children or grandchildren for more than 6 months, which is the visitor visa, right? And then here you just give the reason for inviting your parents or your grandparents, right? So for this demo, I just used an example to visit my son and his new family and help with their newborn baby boy, right? So you can use an example that fits your situation. So when will you enter Canada? So for this demo, I used 2022 May 1 to 2024 May 1. And the reason is because a visitor visa allows parents and grandparents to visit Canada and stay up to 2 years, right? And then the next thing you do is you continue, but you have to choose what fits you, right? So this is just an ideal number. It says if you don't know the date and time, I'm just going to quickly highlight this. It says if you don't know the date you will travel to Canada, select an approximate date. So save and continue. Then here it says you selected apply for a super visa. So take the time. It's just going to walk you through on some of the things you need. The most important thing here, it says key requirements. You must apply from outside Canada. You must be the parent or grandparent of a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident of Canada. Have a signed letter from your child or grandchild who invites you to Canada. So this letter, this is what they're looking for here, a letter of invitation. So this is some of the things to include while writing your letter, right? You must include this information about the person you're inviting, and you must include this information about yourself, right? So I'll leave this link also in the description area of this video to help with you to create something good for inviting your parents and your grandparents. And also I will leave a link of a video I made specifically on the letter of invitation I used for my mom when I invited her on a visitor visa. It's not really for a super visa. On a visitor visa, it's a little bit a similar structure, just that this one has more information. So you can use that structure to create something that fits you while you use this letter of invitation here and add the extra information needed just to boost your application, right? So let's continue. So then it says, have medical insurance from a Canadian insurance company that is valid for at least 1 year from the date of entry, at least 100,000 coverage, and have proof that your medical insurance has been paid. Also, I will leave in the description area of this video a video I made on what to look out for in insurance coverage for super visa, and also the link of an insurance company I got a referral to. So if you want to use that insurance company as well, you will find a link in the description area of this video. So once you've done that, then these are just normal information that we're going to be filling out here. So we do what? Click continue to application. So here, are you applying on behalf of someone else? You're going to say yes or no. So for this one, it depends on the age of who you're applying for, right? So if your parents are able to apply for themselves, then they don't need a representative. But do be aware that if you choose yes, then you're going to be showing a representative form. You're going to fill out a representative form. So for this application process, because of the fact that down here, I'll just go back a little bit and show you guys what I mean. Because here it says key requirements include that you must apply from outside Canada. So because of that instruction there, this representative, I made this application to show that it could be a family member who is living outside of Canada. So let's say you're someone who is applying from any part of the world, not Canada. You can also help your parents to apply for a super visa, but it's done outside of Canada, right? So now here it says yes, but if a parent is able to fill this out themselves, then they don't need a representative. So answer no if you're a family member, a friend, or a third party. So no. Who are you in relation to the person you are helping? I said a family member. Then put in the name, the last name of the representative. Their cellular phone, as you can see, this is not a Canadian number, so this is just a random number that I used, representing that it's a representative applying from outside of Canada. Then put the mailing address of the representative, their email address, confirm email address, save and continue. Then this is going to be travel document information of the applicant. So name of the parent or the grandparent. So last name, first name, their date of birth, their gender, save and continue. Travel document of the applicant continued. So what document are you traveling with? So we're going to choose a passport, official passport, select the country code, nationality of the passport, passport document number, confirm passport document number, date of issue of passport, and expiry date. Also remember this, make sure your passport is valid long enough to cover the time you want to be in Canada. Your passport expiry date will determine the expiry date of the document you're applying for. Super important to remember. Then just this few questions here. It's just going to be a yes or no answer. So depending on who you are, most of these questions is going to be yes or no. Choose that and then save and continue. So citizenship and places where the applicant has lived. So for this application, I said Nigeria. City, choose the city. Are you a citizen of more than one country? If it's yes, choose yes. If it's no, choose no. Indicate the country you're a citizen of, and then you've been a citizen of that country since you were born. Save and continue. Nationality, national identity document of the applicant. If you have one, choose yes and fill out the information. But if you do not have a national identity document, just simply choose no. But be aware of the fact that if you have a national identity document, then you are going to be presenting that as well. It's going to be part of the requirements for this application. So that's why with eligibility for super visa and other applications, the documents that each applicant is going to submit is going to differ from the other person based on the way they answer the eligibility questions. Save and continue. Names used in the past, I will say no, haven't used any other names in the past. Then countries or territories of residence, choose your country, your street address. If your mailing address is the same, you choose that. Then all you have to do is here, it says list your country or territory of residence. So for here, I just listed the country, my status, and the date, which is the day I was born, meaning I'm still a citizen of that country, right? So you choose that, and to do that, you click on this button to add the vital informations. Save and continue. So biometrics, do we already have your fingerprints? If it's a yes, choose yes. If no, simply choose no, and then save and continue. If you choose no, then you're going to pay for biometrics during the payment as in a phase. Save and continue. Then here it's going to be the person inviting their parents or their grandparents. So here it says who is inviting you, last name of the person, relationship, it's a family member, then their address in Canada. Fill out all that good information here, their telephone number, their email, and then it says has someone else also invited you. If you choose yes, then you're going to provide the name of someone who has invited you. But if you choose no, simply do what? Save and continue. So for the finances, this is like a huge amount here. The reason why I went this big is for the fact that when I started the application, I said that they're going to stay up to 2 years. If you remember, I chose 2022 to 2024, right? So I went with an approximation of 25,000. And the reason why I went with this number is because I was going to use it to teach. So if you are going with a huge number like this, depending on how you're filling out your application, the need is just to ensure that if you, let's say if it's someone else giving you money for your stay in Canada, if the answer is a no, then you need a bigger amount to show that you're able to take care of yourself as a parent or as a grandparent, right? So, but if you have a son or a daughter who is in Canada and they're able to financially take care of you, then you can go down with something reasonable like a 10 or 15,000 here, right? So I just use this number to be able to like provide teaching for this phase. So after that, you say if you don't have anyone giving you assistance, then note that you need a bigger amount. But if you have someone helping you, then provide the details. So here I just said, my son is an IT specialist and will be providing financial support for my stay in Canada. So save and continue. Information about education. So here, have you ever studied in a post-secondary school? I said yes. And then name of the school. So to do this, you're just going to click on this button again. So all I did was provide the name of the school that you studied, when, level of study, field of study, from when you started, and the address where the school is located. Then military or police history. Did you serve in any military? So if it's a yes, indicate yes. If no, give no. Then give details of your employment and activities for the past 10 years. So in the previous videos that I made, this was always a point where I get so many questions from subscribers. So for this particular demo, because it's a visitor visa or a super visa rather for parents and grandparents, so I went with retired and or unemployed, which might be the situation for most people. But if both your parents or your grandparents are still working, just understand that when filling out this phase right here, you're not going to leave any gaps, meaning if they started working, let's say for the past 10 years, so let's say 2010 and they work to 2015 December, then understand that their next job is going to start from 2016 January, right, till date or something, or till maybe another date in 2018 November 28, and then the next job is going to start from 2018 of December, or rather 2018 of November till date, right? But the date, there shouldn't be any gaps. So ensure that you don't leave any gaps in this application process. So once you do that, you are going to do what? Save and continue. Travel history. So during the past 5 years, have you traveled to a country or territory other than the one where you're a citizen of? If it's a yes, put that information here. If it's a no, indicate no. Save and continue. Then here, travel history continues. Take the time to read this question. So this is all about if you've attended school in Canada without authorization. So no, depending on what works for you. Save and continue. So now you're going to answer questions on criminality and security. So it's questions on if you've committed any crimes, any questions on drugs and alcohol, and then take the time to answer those questions. Finish up with the criminality and security questions because it's self-explanatory. Then under medical background questions, have you had any medical exam performed by an IRCC authorized panel physician within the last 12 months? If it's a yes, then indicate yes and put the number here. It says optional, right? If you don't, then choose no, save and continue. So here you're going to finish up with the medical background questions on tuberculosis, and then take the time again to read those ones, and then medical questions continued, answer questions on dialysis treatment, alcohol addiction, mental health, and syphilis. And then we go to family information. So because this application is for a group application showing that the parents are still married and they will be coming together, so you're going to indicate married here, the date of marriage and start of common law relationship, and then last name of the spouse, first name is optional, date of birth, then the country, present occupation, if the address is still the same as yours, and then finally, will your spouse or common law partner accompany you to Canada? And I said yes, save and continue. So children, do you have any biological children? So for the person inviting you, obviously it's going to be your child, right? So Here you're going to put their last name, the date when they were born, relationship with them, and then country. And to do that, you're going to click on this button and fill out that information. Save and continue. Then tell us about your parents. So this is the applicant's parents. So if you have parents, if you don't have parents, rather, you click on this button or tick on this here. But if you do have parents, again, same structure, click on this button, as you can see, and fill out that information. So for the demo I put the last name. Given name is optional. You can put that if you want. Their relationship, the date they were born, right? So there is nothing here based on the information I filled out, because I believe I chose that they're diseased, right? So that's why it said this parent is diseased, right? So that's why you don't have any present occupation here. So save and continue. The language of the applicant, you choose that. Can you communicate in English or French? You choose that. What language do you want us to use to contact you? You choose what fits you. Save and continue. Then provide your email, confirm your email, save and continue. And then provide your telephone number as well, save and continue. And then here is like a summary of your information. So this gives you the opportunity to review and go back and fix things. As you can see, we have application, representative. So take time, and if you feel like there is something that is not right, then you can go back and fix that. So once you do that, you do what? Save and continue. So documents to support your application. So based on me answering these eligibility questions, it's telling me that I have to present a letter of invitation. Remember that I already said that I'll leave the link on how to write an invitation letter. I'll leave it in the description area. It's not going to be the same with just a regular visitor visa. It's going to be different for a super visa, but it gives you a similar structure on the important things to put in. So proof of income. So one of the good things about this is you could easily click on this and it tells you some of the things that you need. So for example, it says a copy of the most recent notice of assessment and things like that. And then that's part of the proof that you need. And then I believe you fall under a low income cutoff. This is something to look at when you get to this point where you're providing proof of income, right? Then your part of the requirements is a passport, and then funds, proof of funds, use of a representative. I'll also leave that in the description area of this video. Relationship proof, marriage certificate, and then medical insurance. I've already talked about this, that you can see the video on the options you have, or you can use the link I provided for one of the insurance companies, and then you can use that to get an insurance coverage. So again, if you are confused a little bit about each and every one of them, understand that you can click on the drop-down menu to understand what it's all about, right? So a simple click on this arrow tells you what you need to provide. So once you've gotten all this information and you upload it, then you do what again? Save and continue. And then consent and declaration. So here, all you have to do is you put your last name. First name is optional, and if you want IRCC to reach out to you, you indicate that, save and continue. And then once you do this, so one thing I want you guys to understand is it's a group application, because I took the time to make sure that I filled both of them out before making this video. So you've done this one. I did is for the principal applicant, or the first, your dad or your mom, depending on who is going to be the principal applicant. You're going to follow the same process for when you added a member, as I stated at the beginning of this video, and then you complete exactly their own information as well. And once you have both of them ready, you're going to come down here where it says, I confirm I've completed the applications in this group. You click on that, save and continue. And then before you pay, you need to select the principal applicant. So is it going to be your dad or your mom, whoever you choose? So you choose the principal applicant, save and continue. And then it says, select the relationship of each applicant to the principal applicant. So here I'm just going to put spouse. right? So that's meaning it's the wife of the principal applicant. So now it says you are not ready to pay for and submit your application. Save and continue. And now I have visitor visa for 2 people, which is the group application, $100, total is $200, and biometrics, which is family members, is $170. So total application to apply for the super visa for your parents and their biometrics fee is going to be 370 Canadian dollars. So once you confirm this, the next thing you do is what? Save and continue. And then when you do this, then as usual, we all know what this is all about. Put in your card holder name, card number, expiring date, your code here, and then make your checkment. This is a way to apply for a super visa Canada process, application process using the new IRCC portal. If you have questions, leave it in the description area of this video and I will attend to it. Thank you guys for watching and bye for now.